All right, so with the Russia/Ukraine conflict, like you could assume the gas prices are about to skyrocket or already skyrocketing. Excuse me. And here in the state of Indiana, where things are typically cheap and expensive, and now all of a sudden, gas prices are like well above $4. And the article stated that it was like $4.17 per gallon. But I've seen that some BPs here on the east side of Indy reach to $4.25. What's really funny about this is there's this article in which stated about how this woman in Chicago talked about going to Indiana to get cheaper gas prices, in which is going to be a few cents, honestly, or if not, no different. And we may end up seeing gas prices up to $5 per gallon. And what's really funny is there was this, what was the gal's name? I think it was Kendall Jones. Let me look at it. Yes, public figure Kendall Jones. She actually appeals to a more conservative audience, and the post says the fuel prices are a lot meaner than those tweets ever were, which is referring to Donald Trump. What I find funny about this is a lot of the people that are posting like the amount of money they're paying for gas prices are usually people with trucks. They're paying like over $100 to fill up their gas tank for their truck. And me over here with my little Fiat, I'm paying like $30, which honestly is expensive for me. $30 to fill up my car. It's pretty expensive. And that is because while I had the Fiat, it took me $15 to $18 to fill this baby up. And that's why I love it. I love it. Cannot let go of my Fiat. It does not use a lot of gas, but I would say $30. I mean, it's pushing it. I mean, I'll settle with it, but gosh, I do miss filling my car up with $15 to $18 instantly. But those times are long gone now. And speaking of long times being gone, there was actually something I'd like to mention here that I've recently found. So there was, this is an incredible archaeological find, because we're talking about rising prices and all that mess. And this person on Twitter found a perfectly preserved Taco Bell receipt from 1999 that was found inside a library book. And I'll actually read through the prices, and I'll even post this on my Instagram, which, again, you can go ahead and follow at The Bromar Show. And so for one burrito, it says CC / burr, so I'm assuming that's like a crunchy burrito or some sort. It was about 99 cents. And then for one taco, it was 69 cents. I know, funny number. One set of nachos, also 69 cents. And this was probably for a soda for a drink. It was 89 cents. Which was summed up to a total of $3.26. And that is before taxes. So total, it was $3.50. And again, I'll post this on Instagram, which would be at The Bromar Show. And man, it just makes you think of, prices back then. A lot of things you could have done. But man, I'm just crying because of all the inflation happening. I can't afford to eat out as much, which is true. I really can't. I mean, I could, but I think at this point, I rather prefer not to if I want to keep the lifestyle I want to live going. So, just looking back at it, it's like, man, this is bringing a lot of nostalgia to a lot of people. So, oh man. But I guess the last thing I want to comment on is the fact that, well, the sanctions that are being placed on Russia, I don't think it's going to help the situation. In fact, I think this is going to fuel things up even more, because what Russia's doing is obviously trying to invade Ukraine to gather resources, because Ukraine happens to have the resources that, well, Russia is sanctioned from. And if more countries / companies are pulling out from Russia or closing all these restaurants in Russia, then depending on how relevant they are going to find some other country to take it away from, or is going to keep on invading Ukraine. Basically, the sanctions are giving Russia a reason to invade other countries. So the fact that the Taliban actually said first talk things out, the fact that the Taliban is becoming a negotiator in this situation is kind of crazy. That's how crazy this situation is. But yeah, I know I sound really nervous trying to produce this. I'm not. It's just the fact that I have guests in the building that are already in bed, and I don't want to be too loud. And typically the time I have to produce the show, I didn't have time for it because I'm getting called in to go to work 6 days for these next couple weeks. So there might be some inconsistencies here and there, but I did tell myself I was going to try my very best to get this thing up and running, or up and uploaded. So let me know what you think about this. Do you think placing sanctions on Russia is a good thing? Is it going to prevent Russia from acquiring Ukraine, or is this going to fuel and escalate things even more than they already are? So go ahead and let me know what you think, and I'll share them in a future episode. And once again, go ahead and follow the podcast on whatever platform you're listening to, whether it be Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or Google Play. Make sure you go ahead and follow The Bromar Show on Instagram, which is at The Bromar Show. And also follow my art page, in which I post some art studies here and there, which is at Slushy Art. And I'll have all that down in the description. So thank you for listening, and make sure you go ahead and share this episode too with your friends. And until next time.